Hi guys, welcome. Today I am doing a new craft, Medusa snake headbands. Now, these are great costume additions and you can use them for so much more than just Medusa. There's a lot in Greek where they involve the snake, so it's really fun item to wear. So today I'm going to show you how I kind of messed up the first time I made it and how to not make my same mistakes. Now these, you should know, are a very great cat attractant if you have any feline friends, as I have some currently sneaking across the table so as not to be seen by the camera, as they have been scolded several times for doing so. So just be aware they are pretty awesome for any species. So the first thing you're going to need are these plastic snakes, which are impossible to find. I thought this would be the easiest thing to find. The only place I could get it was Dollar Tree, and they're just the backyard creatures, or sorry, backyard travels creatures pack with the snakes. They have other ones, but which clearly no one wants plastic bugs and beetles. Shocking. But snakes in high demand. And the next you're gonna need is a headband. The one that I used when I made my snake headband the first time is just a simple one. Came in a 3-pack from Target, and very simple. The one I'm going to be testing it out on today, this also came from Target. This is the mega, supposed to be very flexible, most comfortable headband is what they call it. So from Target as well. This came in a pack of 2. The nice thing about that is that if you make one and mess it up, you have another option. Although ideally, we'd all love to just be able to do them and have access. So this is my creation. And when you put it with the hair and the costume all together, it's not bad. The big mistake I made was spray painting it first. I thought, oh, this will be great. I'm gonna spray paint it, and then that way when I attach it, there'll be no missed spots and I can just dust it. Wrong. The problem with that is it makes the rubber very sticky, and the paint rubs off on you while you're trying to do the craft, and it's just very messy, and it also makes it hard to get the wire around the rubber snake. So today we're going to be doing it non-spray painted with our lovely little realistic blue, I told you, blue and red and green snakes. It's lovely. Yes, well, you're lucky, but that's the hairband I'm not using, so thank you for that, for removing my supplies from the table. Cats, they're always helpful. And of course, then you have the metal wire. I found this at Hobby Lobby in the jewelry making section. Now they do have smaller amounts, because this was $7. I got the spool because I thought it'd be great to have excess as well as stuff to use for other projects. So that's why I got it, but they do have smaller little samplings that you can get for just a few dollars more. So let us begin. Okay, so I have gone ahead and taken my snakes out of the bag and divvied them up into the cobras versus the regular snakes. And I have cut my spool of wire into 10 5-inch pieces. The idea is that one for each snake in the bag, and then 2 extra. So we're gonna see how many will go around. When I did this, I only used 6 to make this one. 2 of mine were stolen by the cats, and so I only used 6 on this one. And as you can see, I was trying to do this kind of pattern that was not working. It's very sticky. So it's just been rubbed on a lot from the project. So the headband I'm using is the world's most comfortable headband. I think it might just be most comfortable headband, or your favorite headband, from Target. Came in the pack of 2. It has this rubber in it, and the idea, when you get it, it doesn't look just like this. It looks more like this one. And then you put it over your head and kind of form it and contort it, and that's what you get. Seeing those compared, it's like, whoa, my head's ginormous, okay. Not that I didn't already know that. It's weird to see it. So, I tried going along, so we're going to try something different with the wire. I'm wondering if we might need to go a little bit longer. So, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your snake, and I'm doing the cobras. I'm starting with them, seeing what that happens. Might add some of the other ones on, but for my base I want to use the cobras. And I'm going to set it on top of the headband rather than on the side. I did the other ones on the side, and they're very, the wire does not want to stay connected with these, and they wriggle. As you can see, there's not a lot of stability. So that one, when I tried it out with the pictures, it does look nice, but so you can, even if you do it with just 6 and you're like, it's still not bad. So I'm gonna pull this away from where your head will be, and then I'm gonna twist this end on it. So I'm not using not halving it, I'm just doing that, and then I'm gonna wrap that as tight as I can around this so it gives me some kind of leverage, and then I'm just laying that up there. So the idea is you don't want any pokey ends coming and jutting you in the head. So then I'm gonna lay my next guy like this. His tail is touching that. This part's on here. Gonna get, these have been used because I put them on and I was like, I don't like that. I don't like how that looks. So I took it off. And so just a little bit, not half and half, about, I don't know. So just enough to wrap it over like that. And it does not want to stay on here. My goodness. Get on here. Don't you know they're filming? Pull yourself together, man. This is your big moment. Does not want to stay on here at all. Wow. He's wriggling like a snake. We never saw it coming. It was quite the surprise for us. Like, stop wriggling. What are you? Some kind of reptile? So now we're gonna get this in here and turn. Get up there. Good Lord. You want this bad in rehearsal? Okay. Okay. I see how it is. You can't predict how it's going to perform. Good Lord. My wire is not cooperating, so note to self and anyone else is it's hard to reuse some of the wire that's already been used. But my goodness, can you tell that when this comes together, it's gonna look marvelous. He does not want to cooperate. Okay, come on, look. Go up here, we'll go up a little higher. How's that sound? How does that sound? Do you feel better about that choice? Come on. You can do it. What would Steve Irwin say? There you go. Oh, I believe in you. Yes. Yes. Beautiful. Look at you. Oh, I'm so proud. I'm so proud. You know what? Let's twist you A little bit more. Beautiful. It's really hard. I went a little long with it. That's okay. That is okay. Oh, he's coming together so wonderfully. Well, it's not ideal for head poking, but it should lay nicely right underneath it. All right, look at this coming together. And the nice thing is when you go to spray paint it, the colors do pretty well with being spray painted. I didn't notice any on my first one where there really weren't any issues in terms of the different colors being harder to cover than the others. They all did quite nicely, and in fact, see if you can see it, it filled in a little bit. So it's kind of nice. Kind of makes it look more realistic, you know, those rose gold plastic tiny miniature cobras. That makes them look more realistic. So you see a lot of those out and about nowadays. Aha! Well, you started a trend and now no one wants to cooperate. You know what? One of you will be getting a raise for his performance today. Oh, suddenly you're more amenable, are you? They're not the biggest fans of behaving. Aha! What giant hand you have! Getting in the way of this snake. Ah, my hands are getting caught on everything. Why? Okay. There you go. There you go. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It really is coming together so nice. Ah, and I don't even have to care about the colors. It really is a lot better when you don't have them spray painted, because then it just wants to, you think these are hard to get a hold of. Goodness me. Just continuing around. Just continuing around. Work with me. Don't you see how stress-free and relaxing crafting can be? I know, I'm really in my zen place right now. Just one with nature, and wishing that nature would be one with this headband. Aha! We're trying it a different way. You know, this craft really is marvelously nice when you don't have to deal with the wire. That's the only complaint I have about making these headbands, is that if you didn't have to attach the snakes, it would be a dream. But my goodness, are they beautiful. Well, okay, so at the beginning I said, you know, to try and get it a little bit, just a little bit, enough to attach it in this. After a few more moments of dealing with these people, I say, however much you need is however much you take to twist that off. That's the, you do you. You just get those snakes attached. Ooh, am I crazy? His head's a little different. What? Even in the midst of being the same, he has managed to show us he is an individual. I love it. I love his tenacity. All right. Ah! Behave! What? What? He's trying to slither away. Goodness. It's almost like you don't want to be attached to this. That's so funny to me. The head's tilted differently. Well, for those of you out there thinking, maybe it's less the snake's problem and more your fingers, I say to you, shush. Oh, well, okay, maybe it's less the paint and more his belly is pretty full. Oh, look at this, look at this, look at this. Ha ha ha. All right, so you hold him down and then flip it upside down. Turns out that helps if you just flip it upside down once you've got him pressed on the way you like. Flip it upside down so you can see the wire nicely. What do you know? What do you know? Imagine that. Imagine that. It's so hard to pull it tight. It's like, I just want to pull it tight. Look at how beautiful it is. I love it so much. All right, so now you have finished, oh, I'm sorry, you guys. You finished your cover portion of it. You can very easily just say, I'm done, I'm moving on, and be done with it. And I think it would look fine. What I am going to do, however, is continue on, this time going this way, with these little guys and just attaching them on to give it some extra. That's the benefit of having the two bags. The first time I did this, there weren't two bags. They stay better on top than they do if they're on the side. Look at that, it's beautiful already. I'm in love with it. I'm gonna need to cut new things because this is my last piece of wire. I'm gonna attach you here next to this guy. He's gonna talk to you because his face is, he's gonna lick you clean. Yes, nice. Sometimes snakes need friend buddies too. Let's do this guy. Looping through the top. Ooh. I don't know what's happening, but I'm loving it. It's definitely tighter. Okay, so what I did that time was I kind of pushed down on him and the yellow guy on the green guy. Kind of pushed down and twisted the wire. I'm trying to think how else to describe that. So now I'm just gonna, as tightly as I can while holding these, maneuver this wire around. So, I think that's good. Okay, I know I complained a lot about the wire, which of course, as I'm saying this, is being a poop. This really is fun. I'm having fun. I don't know if you can tell I'm having fun, but I'm having so much fun. I'm actually really impressed with the restraint I've seen from my feline friends, who have disappeared for this entire video. We're gonna do something crazy and loop this all the way through all three of these. What? It's crazy. Never been done before on this specific headband. Quick, let's. The integrity is weakening. They're getting too heavy. Quick. Come on, come up through. Yes, there you go. So what happened was, just there, was the red snake started falling over. So I just kind of grabbed his tail, shoved him up in here on top of these two, and just maneuvered him around. Which, to be fair, I did expect. That is the problem. When you have some of these snakes, is the weight of it. Ah, my water! Help! The weight of it. They can tend to pull back, but I think this is actually doing a pretty fantastic job of holding up. I mean, case in point, have you met these ding-dongs? Comparison, this is a masterpiece. And so, I mean, really, you just get a piece of a wire and attach it, and it makes it so much better. I'm going to attach some reinforcement wire, mainly here where this is falling, because what happens, which was a big problem with the other one, is the more you put on it, the easier it is when it's flipping back and forth like that to start pulling the wire loose. I was like, oh no, I forgot what I was doing. So we're gonna do this here. What happened was, as I was trying to maneuver it around, it just started kind of twisting the wire around. It wasn't actually tightening on anything. So what I'm doing is pulling this tight and looping it through the green one and then back around over the red one, and just kind of pulling that tight so that it gives us some stability while also maintaining some structural integrity. I don't know. I'm gonna spray paint it, and we'll see what it looks like. Alright, so now it has been spray painted and is ready to go. Voila! The completed Medusa headband. In case you forgot, this was my first attempt. Not horrible, but compared, like, oh good lord, get out of here. It's like a first generation Apple. The moment of truth, I'm gonna try it on. Oh my goodness. Why, it's the most comfortable headband I've ever worn. Da, 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 da. I think it helps. It's a very sturdy headband too. The base. That rubber, I was right. Made it very easy to apply the wire compared to this one, which I swear gets sadder and sadder the more times I pick it up. Just poor little guy. Well, I hope you guys have fun. I hope you get to make some amazing headbands of your own. Experiment with your different styles and want to do that. I'm really happy with how this turned out. I'm so happy. It's 10 times, if not 1,000 times better than this. Now we've lost 2 of them. Have fun crafting, guys.